Well, going into game 2 now. Coda, 2-player map again. And looks like, you know, Shine not as comfortable playing on these smaller maps, which is weird to me. I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth.
It's a new Shine. He's trying to reform himself. Let's see if he can possibly take this game here on Coda. Let's jump into it right now. Here in the top left in the blue, he's up 1 game. It is ByuL. Oh boy. ByuL's like, oh, I already took 1 game off you. I'll just go with an aggressive build this time.
Wow. 8 pool. And Shine over here to the bottom right. You already know the spawning location on 2-player map. I don't need to tell you guys.
You guys are paying attention. You know what's going on.
So this is possibly the demise of Shine in game 2, depending on what build he chooses.
Yeah.
This is kind of what this comes down to. You do a safe build, you hold. Even if you do a safe build, you can die to this, or you can get behind from this, and the player who attacks can get ahead if your micro is bad, or you just make some bad decisions with your control. But usually, what happens is if you play safe, you win. If you play greedy, you lose. And do you really want to coin flip on a 2-player map? In most cases, most players would say no. That's why we don't. This is why this is not like a normalcy that we're seeing. But ByuL risks it, and already it's not good for him with Shine going for a 15 pull here in the main.
Yeah. But as you said, there is still room for ByuL to do damage. It's probably not going to kill Shine here just because he does go for the safe build like he did in the last game. It seems like it's kind of the overall theme of Shine's play so far today. Just wants to play safe against maybe newly aggressive ByuL and ZVZ. And he's even going to scout these lanes coming his way with that Overlord. He should be prepared to deal with this in time.
Yeah. So he sees this. Now ByuL is committing heavy on the Lings, and he's going to probably go for a Baneling follow-up, because if this doesn't kill, like you said, you can find some damage, and we were discussing this briefly. Like, you can maybe try to micro kill a drone here or there, out micro his Lings that come out because you have more than he does. But if you get Banelings out and you start to do okay with your micro, he doesn't have gas, and he's going to struggle. In fact, holding this hatchery is going to be a challenge. He's pulling drones off the line.
And ByuL is committing to taking down this hatchery, in fact, but the Lings do come out here of Shine. ByuL trying to micro around the side.
Good control here.
Yeah, not going to commit to a fight just yet.
Yep, just waiting for more of his Lings to come across. And again, once his Baneling nest comes up at home, he'll be able to continue the attack. So he wants to keep every Ling alive that he can and just threaten this lost mining time.
Yeah.
So this is more than 4 drones down here, right? So actually, technically, economy-wise right now, ByuL is ahead.
Look at how low this hatchery is. He may actually be able to commit to this at some point in time, as long as his control continues to be quite nice. Gonna commit to a fight here.
Yeah, it's a bit odd because there's no way he can win this fight, right? ByuL is always going to have more with the drones helping out. I think that was a rash decision there. I'm not entirely sure why he committed that, because that was literally the best fight that Shine could have taken because of the positioning on the Lings. Even the Queen comes out now. Speed is on the way and not a Baneling nest, which I find a bit odd, but it's a similar type of follow-up, right? It's an aggressive all-in. He's going to try to overwhelm the Speedlings. But I just find it odd because he just lost all of his Speedlings. So, like, either follow-up becomes 1,000 times weaker if you trade your Lings like that. Now you have the one advantage that you have is gone. He has twice the production as you. He has more drones than you. He will have more even drones than that because he has 2 hatcheries. He has 2 queens in a second to get double injects. He's got more larvae, like, exponentially than you.
Yeah, and the thing about this build that ByuL is doing, it really comes down to surprise. But if you will notice, Shine's got Overlords all over the place. He's got his Lings already in the base of ByuL. He sees how many more Lings are coming out. There's no hatchery. He sees the gas. He knows something aggressive is coming. And he's not going to overdrone. He's going to be prepared for it.
Yep. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys except that this game is very, very much in Shine's favor. ByuL still has 1 shot. But
you know what I think he might do? He might commit to taking down the hatchery with the speed. he makes enough links, he can just do it. Maybe he was just trying to trade out a lot of lanes of Shine so that he can go for a follow-up. But Shine, I think he's got a good idea of this. He's already got a wall up.
Yeah, see, if he can't get past the wall, I mean, your theory is most likely correct, but if he can't get past the wall, it won't matter. This is kind of like, to a certain extent, similar to what we saw in the Heart game in Game 3. You have a wall up, doesn't matter how many links your opponent has, if he has way more than you. If he can't get past the wall, he might as well have 0 links. So, and the thing is, this is not even like a good guess from Shine. He literally saw it. With all his links traded, he was able to come across the map and scout.
Yep.
So nothing is a mystery. And ByuL is just simply going to try to play a longer game here. When it comes to economy, ByuL is only 2 Harvesters down, but the amount of mining extra that Shine has had is there's currently no tab in the Starcraft UI for that. Total resources mined, which I think is, again, something I talk about a lot, but would love to see in Legacy of the Void.
You're going to mention that to the day
Please.
you stop casting Starcraft. It's so funny.
After I stop casting Starcraft, I'll talk
You're
about how there should have been.
Stuff.
There should have been. Like, if StarCraft is you know, the year is 2072 and we're talking about StarCraft 3 and it's in there, I'll be like, well, I suggested this 50 years ago. When I was commentating Pro League with you, Velas. You remember when I was talking about that?
Hopefully at that time, esports is going to be gigantic and everybody's going to be really happy. And
it's going to be me like on like the Today Show or whatever, some other equivalent. Like I'm on like the show and like, did you ever know esports is going to be this big? I'm like, yeah, but I never knew if Blizzard was going to add the total resources mine tab or not. The like laugh track plays in the background.
Yeah. Man, maybe someday. That's what we can always hope.
One day. Well, I mean, this game is just kind of slowly transitioning because, obviously, with how much Shine committed defensively, there was a lot of risk. Ooh, trying to squeeze through like butter.
Did.
But with how much risk Shine prepared for, there was obviously he almost over-prepared, which gave ByuL the time to completely drone up and be insanely greedy. So the game does even out quite a bit, and ByuL is going to be going down that Spire path, actually.
Yeah. The way this really changes in terms of the build is that Shine, he's got those Roaches already out on the map. He's going for similar builds, like transitioned into it this time that he was trying to do in game number 1. It's just going to be Roaches with +1 in speed, whereas the Spire does come out of ByuL. He will try to play that map control, kind of harassy style here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a style that we've seen work quite well. The player that used it the best recently, I feel, was Lucira. Just crazy cool muta build that we saw him use, even utilizing him against Infestors at the end of the game.
That was on Vonnie Research Station, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Another 2-player map. So, I'm going to check. I don't believe he saw that Spire. Oh, he did, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got a few options. The key is to protect his third base and then use Spores to protect everything else. Or, you know, you could even use Spores to protect his third, but if you send all of your units and all of your queens and everything else to defend your third against the big Speedling attack, the Mulus can do damage elsewhere.
Do you have this Overseer flying through? Just kind of get a good look of what's going on here in Shine's base. He's going to see the majority of the units. So many Roaches being built up here. He's got that +1, he's got that speed, and now he's moving across the map. Question is, will ByuL have enough, or will he have enough to just delay here against the push of Shine? This is the scary push that he has to defend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Burrow is on the way. That's something that can help him quite a bit. I mean, the Mulus are being used to defend here so far, but they're kind of weak versus this big tanky Roach force, which will actually come in and attempt to target down this hatchery. It's going to work. A lot of indecision here from ByuL with these Mulus. Like, he sent them across to help defend. Now he's slowly pushing the rest of these Roaches back, but he can't defend his third base. He committed to these Lings very late. It looks like he will actually get these Roaches, but they're buying time for some of the other Roaches to come back. Transfuser's going off to even help them stay alive. I don't think he can get these Roaches, actually.
No, he can't. These Roaches have +1. The Queens, there's so many Transfusers coming down. I think he should have just committed to the hatchery maybe there. He's not getting any damage done. He doesn't have a third base now. Shine's sitting pretty. He's got that massive supply lead as well. ByuL should be able to hold on 2 base, I believe, but he's not in a good place in this game right now.
The one tool he still has is this high Mulus count, and this isn't just a small squad like 7, 8. I think he's got upwards of 13, 15 right now with 3 more on the way. Soon to be 18. Mulus on the map. Spore Crawler actually getting targeted down here is pretty huge. But the one thing that's missing, of course, is the infestors. If you can get the infestation put out and get some infestors out, that's going to be where ByuL can no longer use his mutas.
Oh,
he's going for the hatch! He's going for it, and there's no transfuses nearby. The hatch is down, and Shine will be triggered to attack here. There are a lot of spine callers. I don't know if that's enough, though. One mutalist here also trying to help out.
So one mutalist trying to do that damage. Muta's popping out, trying to help out here, but this is so many roaches. Gonna come in right away and snipe down that queen. Now getting to work on another queen. Gonna try to do as much economic damage as possible.
He's trying to kill some more of these drones. 12 workers go down in total, but ByuL takes a supply lead here. He does survive. The one issue, of course, being that he doesn't have a third, but Shine doesn't anymore either.
Yeah, he doesn't have a third, and he has 25 drones as well. I think from ByuL, you may want to go for a counterattack after he defends this. It looks like he's trying to get an Overseer into his main just to go ahead and clean up those burrowed roaches. Nice little run by here. Going to snipe one of the queens. Should get the other, in fact.
Oh, trying to get in a good position here, and he does. The drones are even going to help out. He really wants to keep that queen alive. With some roaches here, I think he will. But yeah, the low worker count is a big issue for ByuL. And Shine, like, as soon as he lost his hatchery, he immediately remade it. And it's going to be up here in just a second. If he can just hold on for a little bit and get a few infestors out, he's going to be in a position where the infestors alone can help protect against the mutalist. Then he can just start maxing out in roaches off 3 bases, something that simply ByuL cannot afford. And he's continuing to spend all of his gas on mutalist, which is putting all of his eggs in one basket, almost as if he's hoping he's done enough damage that China will never be able to afford enough infestors to hold this off. And 1 or 2 infestors is not going to be enough. He's going to need like 4 or 5.
Yeah, he's only going to have enough here for 3 right now, which honestly is not enough against 24 mutalists already running in. And there's not much support to deal with the Lings even. They're going to get to work on the Spore Crawlers, going to allow those mutas to get in. He's even going to focus on that Roach Horn. No more roaches for you, Shine.
Yep, trying to focus on the queens that have transfused energy. And it's going okay for him. Gets a bit too close to that Spore Crawler. There's a lot of overlords making it difficult to target, which is why these Lings, like you said, are very important to actually play those up. The infestation pit here is actually pretty exposed. Here come those infestors. First fungal is a big whiff. Second one is good, but it needs more follow-up, and there is none. Is this mutalist force just going to win the game? It starts to look that way. And we only have 6 queens left. Transfuse is going down, but there's too many Lings as well. Can't deal with the mutalist and the Lings. GG. And ByuL taking a very tough win there. Tight comeback, man. That was pretty out of control. It was pretty risky business there for a bit.
Yeah, very, very back and forth game. Shine, it seems, just not able to do enough damage. I think the Lings that really helped delay those roaches getting up the ramp and helping them take damage from 5 spine crawlers. And again, just delay, allow the mutas to come back and clean up the roaches. That was really it for ByuL to allow him to actually defend and not lose everything in his main. And as you said before, committing everything to those mutalists. He had such a big fall by the end that 3 infestors, when he was mining off of 2 bases of gas for a majority of that time, while he had the infestation pit coming out, was just not enough.
Yeah. And, you know, ByuL, very aggressive so far in the series. Echo is going to be our 3rd game. And would not be surprised to see another aggressive game out of him here. As you can see, Solar and Stork are present to give Shine a bit of advice. You know, Stork, the coach, also a pro gamer, recently